up, guys, and welcome to another Mask Monday with the Beauty Ninjas. So we have decided that, it's kind of getting to us every week, like this is such and such turn and this is such and such turn, like my beaker here. Anyway, so we decided we're just going to do our videos from now on, and we're going to use the mask and just shout out the person that we're using the mask for. Just use whatever our own mask is. I'm not sure. But today I'm going to do a little bit more than one. I'm going to do this Brightening Under Eye Super Greens Hydrogels. Going to do that. And I'm horrible. I forgot where I got it from, but I need a little extraness here. So we're going to put this on before I put on my mask because... girl, this old hag don't need no bags. And I can tell that my video is already moving a little weird. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera. Okay, why aren't you sticking, bitch? Okay, so. No, it's not sticking over here. Okay. It is what it is. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be on. Okay, you guys might be hearing Tracy's loud ass mouth in the background. Because that's just what he does. I mean, I've got the door closed and everything. And you can still hear him. Okay, so that one turned out fine. Why didn't this one turn out fine? Okay. Okay, so. And then I'm going to use the banana. I'm getting, this is from Curette. And I got this one from Becky in my Christmas mail. And I was hoping that it would smell like bananas. Oh my God, it does! Oh, I should have gotten me a banana pudding from work. Oh, because that would be so great to eat this. This is very, very, very drenched. Okay. So I want to go ahead and do a disclaimer. I've asked a few people what they would think if I would share some stories from my addiction, because I do have some crazy ass stories. And I'm going to call my series, when I talk about these stories, it's going to have in the thumbnail and in the title, Tales from the Crack Side, so that you already know. I am a person in recovery, and I do not condone drugs and alcohol. Been in recovery about 5.5 years, going on 6, of course, and it is a one day at a time thing. You can slip any day for whatever reason. You know, no one is promised tomorrow, so that's why it is a one day at a time program. So when I share these stories, okay, they are not meant to let me see, how would they say this, condone or romanticize anything. This is just my personal stories, and I'm gonna, some of them might be sad, some of them might be funny. My thing is I'm gonna tell these stories just to tell you just how crazy, fucked up, and insane sometimes things go. Okay? So, I could start off with a series of my whole story because, you know, when you go to and tell your story in front of a meeting, in front of an audience, which I've done, I can't even count how many times. But when you do that, you only have like 45 minutes to tell like your whole fucking life. And that doesn't really, you can't really pack everything in it because it's such, you know, I was on the road for like 31 years. I've been homeless more than once. And but I'm going to tell this story because this is like one of the crazy ones. Okay. I will leave, if anybody's interested or needs any help whatsoever, a hotline number down at the bottom of the description box in case you have a problem and would like to be helped. But this is just some random stories from the crack side. So, yeah, so anyways. Okay, so here's the story. Okay, so I had this friend. Oh, this feels good, but it's kind of weird fitting. Okay, so I had this friend, and we were drinking booze and smoking lots of crack. Okay. And I had a Mustang back then. And everybody knew this freaking car. This car was like a sore thumb because, you know, first off, my plate was like full blinged out. And it was the typical black Mustang with the white stripe on the side. It was like a 2011 or something. Anyways, so I drove that bitch everywhere all day long, you know, on the run for some stuff. And so everybody knew who the white girl with the Mustang was. So I had this friend. He was like rich. He had lots of money, and he wanted to go get a bunch of stuff. And so we went and we got it. And his girlfriend knew about it. She was at home waiting for us to go get it and come back. And so we went and got it. I drove him. But before we got back to his girlfriend's house, we wanted to park in the woods, do a little something first, and then keep on driving, right? Okay, so one thing you have to know about my friend is that he's very, very paranoid. Like, even in his own house, he has, like, the curtains are closed. Some people do this shit when they get paranoid. The curtains are closed. And he had, like, these Rolo blinds from the outside. And those were closed. And he was still looking everywhere, okay? So I had this plastic ring from the Dollar Tree. And it was a skull. It was a white plastic skull. And then when you tapped it on something or anything, it had these little red and blue lights in it, right? Okay, so we're sitting in the car, you know, I take mine, you know, I forget who I'm dealing with. He does his, and I just thought it would be so funny to play a little prank, right? So I got my ring, and I went like this, and I tapped it, and I told him, look in the rearview mirror, and all he saw was the red and the blue, and he thought it was the police. We're in the middle of the woods and it's dark outside. He just hops out the car, goes taking and hauls ass. And I'm like, where are you going? But he's gone, right? So I'm sitting in the car with all this stuff. And he's like gone and it's dark. I don't want to get out in the woods. I'm scared of the woods. And I'm like calling his name. And I'm like, I'm going now. I'm leaving. And he's nowhere to be found, right? So I get on the phone with his girlfriend. And she's like, what the fuck? You guys are taking forever. I was like, he jumped out of the car. We were, you know, I was like, I'm coming over. I'm going to get you. Okay. She's like, yeah, come get me. So I tell her the story, you know. So I pick her up and we get in the car and we go back to the woods and I look for him. And I'm like, he's nowhere to be found. And she's like, well, he's got stuff on him, right? And I'm like, no, I have it right here. And she's like, oh, really? So, well, okay, let's do some. So I'm like, okay. So we're sitting there, you know, doing our thing. And this is about $200 worth of stuff. And so we keep on doing, and you know, us women, when we have like a little booze and something to smoke, we just talk and talk and talk, you know. And we're doing our makeup and talking and everything in the car. And we're like, okay, well, damn, he's not here. He's not answering his phone, you know. So turn on the headlights and we hear something. I'm like, oh my God, did you hear that? She's like, who is it? And I'm like, I don't want to fucking know who it is. When he pops out, it scares the shit out of us, right? We're like, oh, God damn you, shit, you scared the shit out of me. I thought you were out there. Anyway, so he gets in the car. We drive. And he's like, oh, man, I need another hit of that shit. And I'm like, well, there's nothing left. So what you talking about? There's nothing left. And I'm like, okay. We're taking you home, and we're going to get your girlfriend. She's coming with me. And he's like, no, that's not going to happen because there's not going to be nothing left when you come back again. And anyways, so it turned out about this whole who's going to do what kind of thing. But anyways, just that's the insanity where it brings you. You just totally forgot about your boy that just went running off in the woods, and you're in the car with the girl, and it's just the weirdest shit. Just imagine if I had left and I had not gotten her. I wasn't that kind of person. Of course, I went and got her, you know. I was kind of worried about him. And, but just imagine if I was just like, oh, well, good for me, you know. There's so much insanity that goes on with shit like that. It's just horrible. I got a lot of raunchy stories, I can tell you. I got a really bad one next time. Believe me that. I feel like a bug. I look like a bug. Look at these. Look, it looks like my eyes are lopsided. Oh, this is so good. It feels good. It kind of has a little itchy feeling up here. But it smells good. It's giving me cravings, and I don't need to be having that. I gotta fit into that damn wedding dress. I got the dress, and it is super perfect. Only one person has seen it so far. And I will not disclose who did that. But anyways, that's one part of the story. If you guys would like to see a series about how this all started basically, not the drug use, but how things led up to it as a child, okay? Without going into details, I could start the series off there when I started, how things started and how the first time happened and how it progressed. I could share that whole thing with you guys. If you guys are interested, please just comment down in the comment box down below if you would like some more story times about the serious things and maybe just how everything started and how it all took off and how I ended up being to where I am today, which I'm surprised I have 5 brain cells, but people say I'm intelligent. I just don't get it. But anyways, I have to go check out the other girls and what they got going on with their Mask Monday. Of course, I will leave a playlist down in the description box below. I don't know if you're supposed to take this mask off or not. You guys know that I don't follow directions, but it feels so good, the serum and the eye part. Look, my bags are like almost gone. Like, see? You can barely see none. It feels super, super good. And so I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave it on to dry. And I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time. Like I said, I will leave a hotline number down in the description box and the playlist from the other girls and their Mask Monday. And I hope to see you next week. Love you so much.